Hey everyone, if you're not part of the channel, subscribe, share this video, like this video. I want to thank every one of you all that bought me coffee today. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. The donations of that goes to the Jews. And it's a well, to me, it's one of the most beloved donations that I do is helping the Jews come back home and making sure they're fed once they're coming back. So I appreciate all of you all. And I will get your names on there, and I will put you in a future video for doing that and helping the Jews. God appreciate that. Those who help the Jews will be blessed. Now today, you can see there's my gas. That goes to my gas stove. I'm still working out here today. That's what I've been doing. If you notice, I'm cutting off this hillside here. That's what I'm doing. This right here is my onions. My green onions and everything else that I grow. I grow carrots, you name it, out here. You see the big cam trail over my head. That just happened about an hour ago and it's still there. But I'm trying to cut all these trees out right here around my pump house. I'm not too worried about those. We won't be here to deal with them. I just wanted to make sure these was cut off the pump house because they're already dead. And I just wanted something to do. It's not like I needed to do it. I just wanted to go ahead and do it. That's my back porch, a heat pump. That's for my big orange tree that I haven't showed you guys yet, but I do have orange trees. I have chocolate trees. I have basically every tree. I've got banana trees. I've got about everything that I grow here. These are my walnut trees. I've got to get them in the ground. Probably won't get to before we're raptured out of here. The dozer there. That's where my ducks was right there. They all passed. I'll see them in heaven. I loved my ducks. I had a female duck. I had her about 15 years. She was my mom's favorite duck. And after mom died, she died 3 months after mom died. So it was a very hard time for me. My basset hound is buried right there. I've got her a grave. A lot of stuff out here. Like I said, that's my pump house. My security alarm, as you can tell, it will go off every time I go around. It's my chimney. My neighbor's house out there. But all this right here, I've done a lot of work on. My porch. Got wind chimes everywhere. My hummingbird feeders. I want to set this other alarm off, I think. Yep. My swing for the summer. These are my orange tree. Right here's my peach trees. I've got peach trees here that I have peaches to grow on. All this property here is mine to the side. And now you can see all my alarms. That's my security alarm. They're all solar. But you didn't really get a good look last night because it was so dark. I cut a little bit. My neck started giving me a lot of problems. I had to quit. My neck's just not going to let me do much this year. I can already tell. I'm just hoping Jesus comes back and I don't have to deal with it. See, all that property there is mine. It goes forever. My bridge. We had a bad flood here back in 2000, I think, 4. It was a 100-year flood. It destroyed my wooden bridge I had here. Then I had this one built, this concrete bridge. My security, I need to put my star back up. The wind blew it off the other night. That's my front porch, goes all the way down. See, I've cut all that off right there. That would be a garden if we wasn't getting out of here. And my front alarm. Anytime somebody comes over that bridge right there, that sets that off. So I know somebody's coming across the bridge. My Hyundai, my Titan. You see, that's what I've been doing. My neck's just not going to let me do too much. It's just not getting better. It's causing me a lot of problems. See, if we were still here and wasn't raptured, which I do believe we will be, I was going to turn this into watermelon, pumpkins, and stuff like that, and corn. All that would be gardened. My big old driveway, I need to clean all this stuff up. You see, this is my other garage, my big freezer. got deer meat and everything else in it, but that's my Jewish flag, my Israel flag, and American flag. Fly high here.
You've got mail.
That gives you a little bit of a rundown of what I have. That's my 2-car garage, and like I said, I have security. All my wind chimes, I'm a big wind chime person. I love to hear them in the wind. You got a ramp. This was for my stepdad. I put it in right before they all got COVID, so I didn't get much use out of it. This right here is my barbecue grill I had installed here. Need to clean everything off of it. Hello, it's my neighbors. But it gives you a little bit of a rundown of what I got here. And I had a lot of people message me about people giving them a hard time when they're talking about Jesus coming home. Let me tell you something, people. Understand that in these last days, people don't want Jesus to come, and they'll tell you there's no rapture. They're gonna these people are destined to stay here, hon. There's nothing you can do to stop it. These people, they don't want Jesus to come. That's one thing people have a hard time understanding, but people don't want Jesus. They don't want him to come. They don't want to give up this world. There is no post-trib or any of that stuff is not real. It's not in the Bible. They get that out of Matthew, and that's for the Jews in the 7-year tribulation. Ours is not there. It's in Thessalonians. It's not there. They do not recognize Paul as our gospel, and it's the truth. They don't understand that they are the church. They think they're the Jews because nobody taught them any differently. So when they read that whole Bible, they think it's all about them, and it's not. Most of the Bible is about the Jewish population. It's not about us. We are the bride, and they don't know that. That's where they get that. So the best thing you can do is ignore them and move on. They'll learn soon enough when Jesus comes back and they're left here and they're on their knees begging him to come back. They will know then. But I promise you, there is a rapture. See, if you have knowledge, you don't worry about these things. You just move on. And see, I don't have no hesitation about it, nothing, because I read it. God showed it to me. He took me there himself. And he's the one who told me to get on here and tell you he's coming. So I'm going to take his word over these people that don't know the Bible, and they do not. And it's the devil, people. You got to realize he's on every corner. We're at the end. So keep your head up. Don't worry about these people. You move on. God's sheep will hear you. When you're out doing your thing, just like the Stevens are there in Britain and York, God's people will hear you. These other people are not God's sheep. I'm sorry to say that, but they're just not. They're not God's sheep. God's sheep will hear it. Now, I had a hard time with that too, but God came to me and told me, he said, Chris, these people will not be, they will rebel to the end. You can't talk to them. My sheep will hear it. They'll come to your channel, they will hear it. Same way with you. If you start your channel right now, God's sheep will come to you the same way. But these other people, you just walk on, you just say, have a blessed day, and you move on. That's all you can do. And you pray for them, that's all you can do. Just like in the days of Noah. Noah told them to get on the boat. They refused. They laughed at him. They mocked. They're just like they're doing today. The Christians are just as bad. They're corrupt. They don't know the Bible. And I'm telling you, that they will run you. They are the most rudest and obnoxious people you'll ever run into. And that's not Jesus. That's why it's an apostasy of the church. This is the great falling away of the church. The church has become a bunch of snotty little brats. Think they know everything. And they have no care about you whatsoever or helping people get saved. They just don't. They think that they know everything. And they don't know anything. That's the scary part. They've read the Bible all they don't even know how to read it. And it's not their fault either. They've just been taught by a bunch of lousy preachers that try to tickle everybody's ear because they don't want to teach about Revelation and hell. Because that makes people not want to come to church. Because people love their sin. And now the church is helping with that by not teaching them the same things that Jesus told us to teach. So they don't want to teach that stuff. They want their church to be filled. And people ain't going to come if people's going to not be able to sin and have their great lives that they want. That's where we're at. So understand this. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel down upon yourself. Be a light, and God's sheep will hear you. They will come. Tell as many people as you can. Save your friends and family. Like I said, hard times, just like tonight. Before I got on this video, the UN unanimously voted for Russia to leave Ukraine. Now, you know that Russia was getting ready to do a big UN thing about the pipeline to get an investigation, and then they turn around and do that. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So keep your eyes peeled, okay? But don't fear. Don't fear. Don't let yourself get down. Try to help as many as you can. You're not going to help everybody. But I promise you, you came here, you're a light to the world. Keep being that to these people. They need you. And I have faith in you just like Jesus does. He loves you. That's why he brought you here. And if you don't see or hear from me again, I'll see you in heaven.